What is up, guys? Lawson Blocky here, and welcome to Farming Simulator 2025. This is the new Endeavor 4K PC map, and I kind of want to start a one farm forever series. Just like in real life, if you're going to purchase a property, you wouldn't just have the option to restart, and that's kind of what we're going to do. A realistic farming long-term world or map, whatever you guys want to call it. So the story behind this is I was a CEO for an accounting firm for a very successful Fortune 500 company. I made a lot of money in, a fairly short period of time. I'm in my early 30s and I just was not happy. It's not what I really wanted to do in life. I always had dreams of being a farmer and owning a little hobby farm, and who knows, one day maybe owning more than that. So I've spent the last year reaching out to people who were selling off big chunks of land, maybe thinking about retiring, and that's exactly what happened. I ended up meeting a guy, and he has a bunch of property and a little bit of equipment that he's looking to sell off. So that's kind of the story behind it. I was successful. I was able to talk to the bank, purchase a little bit of property. I have about $1 million that I can invest into the farm before I'd really start to worry. I am an accountant after all, so I do know when you're going to start to run out of money and when you're not. So my goal is just to get a hobby farm, make a little bit of money off of it, maybe sell to the locals, but this is a really small rural town. There's almost no full-time population. So slowly over time, maybe we'll get people moving in. I'm not sure if you've seen like Clarkson's Farm, but that's kind of what I want to do, is like a Clarkson's Farm Let's Play. So we're going to go here. Actually, we're going to just tab over and see what equipment he bought us. I know it's left us. I know it's kind of cheating to do that, but that's what you got to do in the game to get started. So we're going to switch views. We have a nice Challenger tractor with what looks like a cultivator. He left us a seeder. We have a smaller John Deere tractor with the plow. It's funny that that tractor can run that plow. That's actually ridiculous. Oh, a nice little trailer and a seed bag. And he left us his old harvester. So we got the Massey 8570 Western Combine. Definitely a little bit older. It's an old school rotary one. But that's okay. Like I said, this is just a hobby farm. Now, he told me he has one field and he has wheat, and it should be pretty well ready to go. He said it'd be a good chance to like stretch my legs and practice, and so we have that to do. And then over here, I believe he told me I should talk with this guy because his neighbor ran an old sawmill, and maybe it's worth purchasing if I was interested in, instead of cutting the trees and selling them to him, since I want to do a lot of like lumber here because it's profitable. Make some like Mennonite style furniture, or construction material, beams, and so we're gonna hop in this. I got a crash course kinda on how to drive some of this equipment, and he said he's like the locals will help me and I can hire them to teach me some things if I have to, so I think we'll be okay that way. This is a pretty nice tractor, nothing super fancy, but I can see us using this one a lot. So right down here is a gentleman or a lady, I don't know. We're going to park over here so we're out of everybody's way. We're going to jump out of here and we're going to go introduce ourselves. Yeah, see, just a small little sawmill. By production point. Well, how are you, sir? I heard the sawmill is for sale. I'd be a good boss, you know? Okay, great chat. So let's talk to him. Whoop, turn off shed lights. Okay. By production point. So for $150,000, I can own the lumber mill or the wood mill. So I'm gonna do it. So we own no active. Okay, and that makes sense. Manage a production point. So if we click this, you're gonna activate, and activate, right? Material missing. Oh wait, will it run? Maybe we don't want to do that. So deactivate. Let's do that. Just in case it costs money for the production place to be running. I will get you wood, good sir, I promise. So we got that. We don't really have anything to do wood though yet. So maybe we're going to go visit the store and spend a couple more dollars. But maybe we should harvest this here field first. And then we can figure out who in town buys it. So I need the harvester to pull this off. So let's get the harvester. I'm excited. I've never driven a harvester before, except for like lining it all up here when I talk to the guy for the first time. So we're going to unhook the trailer and the header. Then we're going to spin around. Hopefully I left myself enough room. Try not to cause too much damage to anything. It's all in really good shape for being as old as it is. You could tell he's like an old dedicated farmer who liked his equipment. They did have it cleaned for me right before I picked it up. Try not to run over that trailer. Look at that, like a glove. So we're not going to hire workers. We are going to do this all ourselves with steering assist. Okay, so we're going to back up. Then we're going to go V, B, no, open, right? Unfold. Where's the button to turn this guy on, guys? Oh, that's the one he showed me. And then it's H3. And we are off. This is our first line in what is going to be a very, very long life as a farmer, I hope. If you guys think that the story behind this world is going to be cool and exciting, and you want to hang out and check out the rest of the series, please consider subscribing to the channel. If we can reach 50 subscribers, then I can live stream this world, and that would be a lot more fun, I think. And like the videos, maybe give me a comment, give me some tips and tricks as a new farmer. Okay, so then we pick this up, we let that fall out. We're going to back it up because I don't want the auto control thing to have a hard time. Then we come here and we do it again. VH3. That's a set of controls. We upgraded. The other farmer wasn't much into technology, so we upgraded and we got GPS. so that I can have some nice lines, because I am a new farmer and I don't want to mess up the fields if I can at all avoid it. So I'm trying to learn how to do it properly. This is what I wanted in my life. I wanted to be out in the woods. But, sometimes you gotta make money first and maybe do something that you're not super, super into. I had a chance right out of college to work for a company that was believable. And financially, I was set in my early 20s. So I don't regret what I did, because it has made me be able to do what I'm doing today. But yeah, 5 or 10 more years there, I would have hated my life, I'm telling you. I'm not sure how good our GPS is yet. I don't trust it, so I kind of just make sure that we're lined up somewhat. Then we'll do it again. I just, even just like having the lines, right? It gives us so much of, so we don't veer off. And so he did leave us his old plow so we could extend this field. But I feel like the size of the equipment that he's given me probably isn't going to want to tackle much more than what we got going on right now. I also don't think I own a property. I will have a house built one day, but for now I think we'll just literally live in like a mobile home. Or so wait for the straw come out. I would love cattle. I'd love to be a cattle farmer. That would probably be my ultimate goal. So I'll have to buy a good lawnmower and a nice place to store all our bales. But like I said, we do not have unlimited money. It is not like I'm a multi-millionaire. I was smart, obviously having an accounting background. I know how money works, and so I spoke with the right people, and we're doing this completely loan free. And of course, in a couple years, if this all goes to hell, I probably always go back to the city and find a job and just work behind a desk. So it's not like my life would end if this failed, but this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Meet a girl, have some kids, raise them here, and to me that's a perfect life. So we're going to do 2 around the outside. And then just straight up and down. So this isn't too bad. I'm learning all the controls here and trying to figure everything out. There's a lot of buttons in these machines that I just don't touch because I'm not sure what they do. We're at 50% wheat. So it's about half full. Now, hold on a second. I do want to just do this because there's a couple settings that I gotta change. I don't want seasonal growth on. I want 3 days per month. Yeah, we'll keep snow. I do not want crop destruction on. Periodic plowing. Wonder why that's off. Disaster destruction, dirt. Fuel usage normal. They buy everything. General settings. Kilometers, dollars, acres. There. Then we're gonna save this game. Sorry. And now I swear to God, we're gonna have it forever. So we're gonna pick this up. We're gonna do a quick turn. Why is that showing it's offset like that? Yeah, you see that like offset line? I wonder why. Weird, eh? But regardless, I'm excited. We're making big progress. We are actually harvesting a field all by ourselves. And to me that's really, really exciting. Rotator speed. First or second high. We're in too high. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out what all these extra buttons do, and I'm not sure how hard it's going to be to unload. I'm kind of getting nervous about that. It's 9 in the morning, so I have to make a phone call and see about getting a little property delivered somewhere where we can sleep. Okay, so is he going to do that if I go and check out farmlands for a second? Oh no, not farmland, right? What is it, guys? Where are properties? So we own my farmland. We own this little area. How much is that value? $25,000. Then I would own all the property around my sawmill. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna do that actually because that doesn't seem like a bad idea. Then I own the property that the sawmill is on. Most of this property is fairly cheap if you think about it. That's why it'd be nice to grab a bit of it before all the farm, like before this place picks up in 10 years time and a big developer comes in and grabs a bunch of land and makes it more expensive. So I need a house, and that's what I was doing. I just wanted to make sure that my GPS was running and that we're still doing this. So construction, right? And then sheds, silos, farmhouses. Man, these are expensive. Looks like for the time being we'll be living in this. Where's a good spot for it? I don't own any of this land. Oh wait, what if we put it over by the sawmill? What do you mean this land is not owned by you? Damn right it is. I own it all. What? I swore I bought all this property, did I not? Or did I buy another direction possibly? Okay. Yeah, and I think that we'll just put it literally right off the road. Wow, it's pretty picky. Okay, so land's not owned by you, but the second it is, we're gonna place it, okay? Right here. Close to the field, but not. There we go. Now we have a house. So that's 2 around now. So now it's just straight up and down, right? Yeah, okay. There, now we own a house. So at least when it gets dark, we can sleep. And now let's just harvest the rest of this field. Like I said, the first episode, I just wanted to bring you guys in, tell you about the story behind my farm. Because in order to keep something going for a really long time, it is important that you have like a good story behind everything. And like I said, this is a really big, expansive map. It will keep us going for such a long time. And with the economy the way it is in the world lately, like the world's not cheap, equipment's not going to be cheap, upgrading is not going to be cheap. Here we go, 100% full. So we're going to have to do this for the first time. He said I have to extend the pipe. Make sure that came out properly, okay. And then somewhere is going to be a trailer, Q. Make sure that's hooked up good. We don't need to be losing our crops. And then we're just going to pull up beside it, and there's a sensor or something underneath that chute that should automatically start unloading it when it lines up with the bar in the middle of the trailer or something. We're going to have to see. But you can remote unload these harvesters. So we're going to line her up real good. And there it goes, our first batch of, what is it, wheat? Wheat. Then we have to figure out where we sell the wheat and stuff. I haven't really been through town. It'll be a good chance to introduce ourselves. Make sure we fill it kind of evenly so it doesn't tip. Then we'll get this field finished. Okay. So let's see quick. He gave us a map. So we're going to take a second. We're going to open up our map. Create jobs. No. Crop type. Grow soil. Hot spots. So tip stations. Okay. Crop calendar. Fertilizing. Harvesting. Okay, so there are a couple small fields. Production chain. Own and available. Okay, so I can buy biogas plants for sale. Whoa. So that's a lot of stuff that I just don't understand. Oh, here we go. Prices. And what are we looking for? Wheat? Why don't I see it, guys? Oh, that's why? So prices for wheat are the best in January. Show stations. So wait. Warehouse? Nope. Show products, okay? Farmer's market. Oh, there's only one place. Okay, so right now it's not selling for very good. If I could keep a hold of it till January, but that's not going to be possible. It's August, and I just don't own a silo. Okay, let's see something here. Huh. Should we have a silo built? Wait, that can be used to store bales and pallets. That's an important building too. So for $20,000, that's cool. Okay, so right beside my house now could be a small silo. Does that look straightish? Yeah. Cool. We now own. Look at that. Let's go. So we can store the wheat. Okay. I need a book for all of this. So we're going to sell all of our wheat in January. Hold on. I got a notebook right here. If I can reach it, I do. Let's start to make notes on this series, okay? We're going to go sell wheat in January, okay? Sell WHEAT in January. And we'll underline that. There you go. We got our first goals. The first goal for this farm will be sell some wheat in January. We have $700,000. So we're going to store the wheat in there. Just to be safe, you know? And then we'll sell it in January for the best price possible. Perfect. Now let's see if it will tell us. Wheat. I have 7,000 liters, okay? That's very, very cool. What? Farm Tech, owned by me. Okay. I like that. We got a little tiny farm going on. So we're going to spin this around and then hop back in the harvester. And let's finish this field. So tab. So where's that button to put the pipe back in? Oh. Sorry. Turn on that baby first. Then we'll clean this line up. And then we'll keep going. I'm loving my life right now. Day 1 on the farm, right? It's still day 1. Oh, I'll have to buy a baler. I forgot. A baler and possibly that bale storage house thing. So let's look into that. So B or P again. Vehicles. Let's look into purchasing a baler. Round balers, okay? 150 and 180 is what I need. Okay. Pro baler, yeah, for the price. I guess we go right in the middle. I would be happy with that. US design. I'm not sure what the net is for, but we're gonna buy this. And we're gonna buy what I think will be important. Okay. Cool. Where's our little farm? Look at that. Look at that. That's what we got going on. I'm happy with that. Oh, so we're going to line up here a little nicer. Then we're going to go VH3. And we'll finish cutting this field. And then we have to go and pick up that baler. Hopefully that comes with some instructions, because we've never baled before. And I guess that means we'll need a tractor with some bale forks. I might see if we can't sell some of his equipment that I don't think we're going to use, and maybe put it into getting ourselves like a decent tractor that I know we're going to like and will have all the features that we need. But I don't want to spend money too quick. I definitely need stuff to do lumber, because that's going to generate us some income. So I don't want to not buy a little like a ATV with a wood loading trailer or something. I know there's a couple good mods, but that is pretty cool. We got a little farm area going. We'll be able to store stuff until a later date when stuff sells for better. And that technically is smart, right? We could just go unload it right now, but wheat was at such a bad price that I didn't even consider selling it yet. I would much rather just wait. There. Probably not too much longer. Probably takes, what time is it? 11 o'clock now? Probably takes an entire day to do this field. We'll need grass eventually, but I don't need it now. I would love to buy a little cattle area, but that'd probably be so expensive. VH3. Too bad we didn't buy a property off like a cattle farmer, eh? But this area is beautiful. I fell in love with it. The price was more than right. So I'm nervous about my choices, obviously, because like I said, I had a nice cushiony job. It was secure, and I still have it if I really, really, really got stuck and wanted to go back. But like I said, this is where I want to spend the rest of my life, is out here. I'm proud of where we've come. And this equipment should do us well for a while. And hopefully we get to a point where we have lots of money and we can start buying like state of the art equipment, and but that will come with time. I think I'm getting better at turning this stuff around already. So I'm happy with that. We're going to keep going. Close this up. Let's check it out. Our nice, humble little farmstead. New Endeavor 4K map. It's huge. We pressed 9, right? Yeah, it's just massive. We're in this little tiny area. That's all we own. I believe it's 30, 31, and 32 or something. Yeah. Those are the... Oops, wrong button. I don't like the autosave every time you go to the menu, but that's okay. So we're going to close that map a little bit. I like the square one better. I don't know why. This is done. Like I said, guys, let me know in the comments what I should do. Some tips and tricks. I know lumber will be a good source of income right off the bat. But this guy does not like cutting down trees constantly. But we'll be doing it. It's peaceful out here, you know? My parents and my friends back in the city all thought I was nuts, and my ma, she wanted to come out and like stay out here with me, but they're older, right? And I'm like, I'll do it. I'll be fine, and if I need you, I'll call and we'll get a place set up and you guys can come out and visit me and see that I'm not totally crazy. So I think everybody's excited to come out here too, right? We're all from a city, and none of us, like, especially my dad, he is like a finance guy for a company that is kind of old now, but they have dealings with like Dell and a bunch of big Microsoft, and so he's always been a successful office guy. And my mom sells real estate, and I'm an accountant, and my sister's a teacher. So we're all kind of just desk job kind of people. So it's nice to get out here and do what I've always wanted to do. 82%, we're going to get 2 full trailers out of this. There, so we pick this up. Now, I've done some research, and it seems like fertilizing and things like that's expensive. That might be not something we can do for a little bit. But we'll have to see, right? Because we can't have bad crops. We're trying to make a name for ourselves out here and sell quality wheat so that they can turn it into flour and maybe make some bread, and Wouldn't that be really cool? Eventually have cows that produce our own milk. Wait, could we not do like chickens or a greenhouse or something? Let's look into it, because I betcha we could do chickens or something, and they're probably pretty profitable. Or a little greenhouse. But I don't see a water source around here. I will need to bring in like like a well or something. Because, yeah, I don't see a river around here that we can get water from. We'll have to ask the locals how that works. But a small well seems like what we're gonna need. 95% full and not too much of the field left. And look at, we've successfully almost done our entire first crop. We didn't plant this crop, but I think he left it here for us just as kind of like a test run so we get some practice before I have to worry about seeding and doing things like that. Because if you seed improperly, then your whole next year, like, the yield is low, right? So we're gonna spin around. That barn has seen better days, but they moved it here and I got it for such a good price. And it came from just a couple miles up the road. So it was pretty cool. They moved it in like one of those oversized load things and got her down. It's a little crooked looking, but definitely lost some wall pieces, it looks like. But if it will store all our bales, we can maybe get cattle going a lot quicker than I thought. So we'll wait for this to unload. Then we'll go put it, what is it, still August, right? So we're going to have no income coming in for a little while, it feels like. Months, maybe even. But we have all this, so we could sell it if I got hard up on money. But I do think that if I'm smart with my investment, and we could always borrow a little bit of money from the bank. Like I said, this is an interest-free farm right now. I haven't had to borrow any money from a bank or anything like that. Oh, I. Excuse me. Yeah, and I kind of just wanted to document my story. Do like a blog or a vlog, whichever one. Yeah, see, and then you just drive bales right in there, and it will store them. That's really cool. So we're gonna go back here. We're going to lower this, turn it on. Then I'm gonna stick our pipe back in. We'll back up a couple feet, and we'll go H3. I'm definitely learning the tractor and the harvester controls a lot better. I have 1, 2, 3, I think 4 more times up and down this field. And we should be done. And I'll probably end the first blog there. And then we'll come back and we'll figure out how to use a baler and go from here. Yeah, and eventually we could always get a slightly bigger harvester and stuff, but I don't see that happening for a really, really long time. Harvesters are probably quite expensive, and I don't have a lot of extra money to sink into this. When you're starting a farm from scratch, I had to find buildings, and I was so lucky to get this equipment like in the deal, or I don't even know where we would be. We wouldn't have half the buildings we have. We'd probably already have a loan. So that guy did more for us than he knows. And I'm excited for him. He said he'd come by, and because he's going to stay in town. I don't know where he's going to live. Somewhere nice and quiet, probably. But he said he'd come by and say hi and check out the progress and see what I end up doing with the place. So we got a little tiny house, and we bought a silo. That's brand new. That wasn't too bad, but I wanted a good one. But then, yeah, a guy was said if I wanted to move that bale and seed storage, that I could have it for a dirt cheap price, because he wanted it off the property anyway. So we got that, and with delivery, it was about $50,000. I'm not gonna lie though, when you're used to sitting behind a desk all day, farming can take a lot out of you. I'm ready to have a nice big meal. How many more? So 3 more rows. Then we can say we successfully harvested our first crop of wheat ever. Let me know in the comments what's a profitable crop. What should I grow? Like I said, I turned the seasonal growth off because I'm just scared of that right now. But I guess if we're just growing wheat, then seasonal growth probably should be on, eh? Do you want to try that? Okay, let's try it. So let's see. So now if I press escape and go to the calendar, it's only wheat, right? So wheat, September, October is to plant. And then you harvest it in August. Okay, so this might work out. So C. So basically, I have 2 months to get more wheat in the ground so that I can harvest it next year. Let's do that, okay? We'll keep seasonal growth on. This one and 2 more, right? Is what I think I remember. We got two, almost 3 full hoppers full, or harvesters full, whatever. I guess it's like a big hopper in there or something. I'm not sure what they call it. The graphics on 2025 are really good though. It seems like they show a little bit more of the process of the machinery and stuff. So what, it gets harvested, sucked up that vacuum, brought up the system, put into the hopper, and the straw is shot out here. So V. Is this the last one? No, we got this one and one more. Okay. Just to clean it up, because if not, we'll miss it, I think. Back up a little bit so we're in the line better. There. VH3. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. That means that we're going to have a little bit of a weird line in the middle. I'm not sure. Well, maybe we can make it so that if we harvest like on the very corner of our harvester, that, but I'm not sure. I think we'll go right down the middle of it and try to just make a third swipe. I don't think I need to like windrow. So V, let's get this last piece, and we be out, and we have successfully done our first field. So VH3, let him just harvest this last little piece. Well, me, but GPS, you know? Yeah, so it did make a third line, but that's okay. If we pick that line up first with the baler, then it shouldn't actually affect us. $1 p.m. That's actually not too bad. We got a lot accomplished today for being a brand new farmer. I am happy with that. So F1 hides the controls at least. Okay, so V, we'll put the pipe out. We'll empty this guy. Okay, so we're going to turn off the harvester, right? Yeah. What we're going to do, though, is set this up over here. I want to get a nice picture to send to my mom and show everybody I'm doing okay. Haven't broken anything yet. So I think if we set this here, then we can go grab our tractor. Bring this over. We should be able to get a cool little picture for a thumbnail for our first day. And what is it? Cool, cool. Alright, guys, I'm going to leave you there. First episode, first day of what is going to be a beautifully long life here on the farm. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed the first little bit. When we come back, we will learn how to use a baler, I think, and continue on the progress. Maybe figure out how we're going to start making money off that sawmill we just bought. I got lots of exciting stuff, and I'm excited to do it together with you guys. If you enjoyed this first episode, smash that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. turn on those notifications so you know when I upload a video. Help me get to 50 subscribers so that we can live stream this world. And until then, guys, it's Lost and Blocky. And this is our forever farm. One farm, forever. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, and bye for now.